let's start with your name and your team name and how many walks you've done so far.
Okay. My name is Christina Shepherd. I'm walking with the Texans for Tatas, and this is my first walk.
Okay. So you're walking in 2 days. Are you nervous, excited, a little of both?
All of the above. I'm definitely excited that it's finally here. It seemed like a long time ago when I signed that registration form online, and something very far in the future that I was agreeing to do. And now it's a reality, bags packed, ready to go, get on a flight tomorrow afternoon to meet my team in Seattle. But also then the reality of the 60 miles is now weighing heavily.
And you're on Texans for Tatas. I interviewed your team captain last week, and they're a big team.
Yes.
Do you know everybody on your team, or is it just a little small portion? You're going to meet some people there, or?
I don't know everyone on our team. I knew several people going into it. I knew Tasha, our team leader. I've worked with her and then seen her pictures and stories from all the walks that she's done. And then I knew several of the other team members, some who had done it before, and then some just I knew socially who have signed up this year as well. We've had team meetings once a month since we all started to help prepare for our fundraising events, and then also just kind of get to know each other. So that has certainly helped to know faces and names before we all get there.
And so being part of a big team, there's stuff that the team does. Was there anything? I know that you guys had the Bachelor and Bachelorette auction. Was there any fundraising that you did aside from the team, or was it pretty much a big team effort?
We certainly did personal fundraising, sending out email notices, and some people sent hard copy letters that they got a great response on for your own personal fundraising. The group activities were meant to be a supplement and certainly not all inclusive, just because with 20 of us, we can't guarantee we're going to meet everybody's 2,300 minimum. But it was a great way to build camaraderie and raise awareness throughout Austin. And then even if friends and family couldn't go to the fundraiser, they might donate then afterwards, knowing we were doing other things to supplement.
Okay. And so let's talk about packing. Because I follow you on Twitter, and I see your updates every so often. I saw that you were packing a couple of days ago, and I saw something last night where you'd woken up and realized that you'd forgotten something. Talk about packing and how you kind of have to be organized packing, and what things that you've possibly forgotten, and just so that somebody that maybe is walking for the first time can think about it too.
Packing has certainly been an eye-opening experience for me. I'm usually the packer who throws everything in a suitcase the night before when I'm going on a typical vacation. So this has been very out of the norm for me. The way that they encourage you to pack is to put everything in for that day, from start to finish in one individual plastic bag, so you're not fumbling through your packages looking for what to wear, and also if it's dark or cold, you can throw it in your sleeping bag and warm it up. And so you end up feeling a little neurotic with a sea of plastic bags all over your bed. But I did wake up in the middle of the night last night realizing that I had packed a camping pad to lay on, but no sheets or blankets to put over me. And so that will be going in the bag tonight as a last-minute addition.
Okay.
But they do a good job about providing checklists for you to use. And then obviously Tasha, our team leader, having done it several years, was able to provide her own personal checklist as well.
Now, being that this is your first one, you may not have one, but is there something that you've gone through the checklist and maybe even your team captain's checklist and read through it and said, oh, well, they don't have this on the list. I really need to bring this. Is there that one thing that maybe people should be thinking about packing that's not on anybody's list?
I'm sure I'll certainly find some of those things out once I get there and they're not in my bag. But I would say the things that have come to mind is a way to attach the tarps to your tent that nobody really talks about. Everybody tells you to take tarps, one to put over your tent, one to put in the bottom of your tent in case of any moisture, but nobody really talks about how do you attach them. So my teammate, or my tent mate I should say, who's also a first-time walker, we're bringing both zip ties for decorations and for the tarps, and then also binder clips. So we're hoping those come in handy, but they weren't really mentioned on anybody's list.
You mentioned decorations. Do you guys have a plan for how you're decorating your tent this year?
We didn't do anything as a team, but my tent mate has gotten very excited and into it, and so she got hot pink like tube lights that we're going to line our tent with. We've heard, one, it's festive, and then two, we've heard it's a great landmark in the middle of the night when you're stumbling back trying to find your home in the sea of tents.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about you. What got you involved in doing the 3-day? Has breast cancer touched your life in a way, or is it an event that you just thought was a good cause, or obviously both?
I haven't had a personal, either myself or my immediate family, situation with breast cancer. However, I have certainly known people. I think it's hard not to know somebody who's been through the struggle of breast cancer. I actually had a former job, and certainly amazed and inspired by that woman's courage and perseverance throughout her treatment, and is now a survivor. But it was, one, to do something bigger than myself, certainly for a great cause. Even if you haven't been touched by breast cancer, you've probably been touched by some kind of cancer in your life, which I certainly have been in my family. And the camaraderie with women, both on my team and the larger group, obviously being predominantly women at the walk, was really kind of the final instigator to hit that submit button.
Okay. Do you have family, friends that are going to be cheering you on at the walk, or?
I do not. It'll be just my team members. I don't know anyone in Seattle, although I know some of our teammates do. Hopefully they'll be at the cheering station. My family, or actually my husband's family, actually had a vacation already planned for the week following, so I'll be meeting them in Las Vegas after the walk as my reward. Yeah. So instead of coming home and sitting on the couch, I'll hopefully go lay by the pool and relax.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I certainly might have a different perspective come Sunday, just having actually been through it once, but I would definitely just encourage people not to be intimidated by either the walking or the fundraising. I think both are completely achievable. All of our team has been successful in their fundraising goals. $2,300 sounds like an astronomical amount of money when you sign your name up and guarantee that you'll be raising that kind of money. However, it's completely doable. Some of the most unexpected people are the people who are the most generous. I was very hesitant to send it out to coworkers, not making them feel uncomfortable, and they were some of the fastest to respond to my request. And so I definitely encourage people to think of anyone and everyone, because you don't know their personal stories or their family stories. And then also the walking. We have done training walks. It sounds overwhelming to think about doing 18 miles, but we've done it here in Austin, just winding our way around the city and taking our time. And so you certainly can train, and then I think just the hype of the event helps keep you going even more than just doing it on your own.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.